This podcast is on Roku.
I probably can't afford it.
You can afford it.
It's free.
We just went live, guys. So here we are once again on the Coach and Carlos podcast, doing like we always do, changing it up a little bit, man. You know, we usually talk NFL. NFL season has just went by the wayside. So now it's time to jump into the NBA. So as always, with us is Coach KIRK BROUSSARD. Coach, how you feeling? What's going on? What's going down, man?
I'm great, man. Great to be back. And I missed football already, but let's get into some basketball, man. This NBA is starting to heat up after this All-Star weekend. I mean, what you
Yeah.
think?
I love the trade deadline moves. I think that's got everybody back excited for the league. A lot of people that's down. You ain't got no choice. You hit the NFL now. You're switching over to basketball. It's about to be March Madness. All those good things. So speaking of that, want to welcome on. If you've been rocking with me for a while, you know my guy Odell Bradley. He's been on a few shows with me. He's been down at 107.1. A few other ventures that we took, and now we are so gracious to have my guy back, Odell Bradley. What's going on with you, my dog?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good, man. My Lakers, we're playing
Yes,
well.
sir.
My
Yes,
Lakers
sir.
playing well. Josh Allen got MVP. I know we talking basketball, but I want to talk about he got MVP of football, so I'm feeling good about that. Even though we didn't win the Super Bowl, but I just got through watching my son. I didn't get to go watch him play. I had to stay here, keep eyes on my dad. Y'all pray for my daddy. He just beat cancer, so he's still going through that process or whatever, though. So give me some prayers. I appreciate that. But I just got to watching my son play his college game. He played at Chess State. They won today, won a big game. So everything's all good my way. I love to come on here and talk some basketball. I'm always humble, and I always love to come on here and talk some hoops, man, always.
And let me tell y'all something. Odell, he ain't gonna toot his own horn, but you want to talk some March Madness, you want to talk some tournament ball. This is a guy to put up numbers in that NCAA tournament, man. So look, we're always glad to have you, man. We appreciate you. It's about that time of the year where it's about to get warm outside. March Madness is officially back, and we got to have you on more as we talk some ball, man. So appreciate you coming through.
Anytime you call, if I'm free, I'm getting on here for sure. And definitely, listen, man, if you're going to have me on here, you got to introduce me better, make me feel good, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got a nice little resume, man. You could have just, I know you talk good about me, but you could have really just went all the way in with everything, though. But we'll do that on another show, though. It's all good. It's all good.
We're gonna kick it off like that. Yeah, look up this man's resume. So you know what he's talking about. He know what he's talking about. So let's dive into it, guys. Let's talk some ball. I think the first place we should go here. We're gonna get into the Luka Lakers. Everybody wants to talk about the Lucas Lakers and LeBron and all that. But let's start off with Philadelphia, because something's really interesting going on there. They said trust the process. We have been trusting the process for what, 5, 6, 7 years, and now the process looks like they may be over. Joel Embiid looks like he's going to have to undergo another major knee surgery on that same knee that he basically doesn't have a meniscus in. They're saying that the meniscus is gone, and at this point, he's going to have to get it replaced. Or he's going to have like this crazy overseas surgery just to feel like himself, just to be able to do normal things, much less play basketball. So you look at the Philadelphia 76ers, 20-38, I think, after tonight, losing to the Knicks. And you look at a team that is, should they be rebuilding? Should they be building around Tyrese Maxey? They still got Paul George. A lot of questions about this Philadelphia team. Let me kick it off with you first, KIRK. What do you think about the Philadelphia 76ers? If you are, you from the NFL source, but team roster building and things like this, a guy that you invested so much time, money, effort, all these things into, now this is looking like they're at a crossroads. So what do you think about the Philadelphia 76ers?
I mean, it's kind of like what you said. I just feel like they've invested so much money into Joel Embiid. And, I mean, I think, what is he signed to, like 27, 26?
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, you really don't know what you're going to get out of him in the future with that knee. So much uncertainty there, and they're locked into him with this big guaranteed max contract, this mega contract that he got. I mean, when you look at that team, if you ask me, Tyree Maxey is the franchise player there. I mean, he's kind of the guy.
Mm-hmm.
And then I feel like with what they've gotten in return for Paul George has been lackluster. I mean, he hasn't lived up to the billing since he's been there. He's been a big disappointment. So I mean, I don't see that team, really without Joel Embiid, I don't see them maybe even reaching the playoffs or even making noise if they were to get in the playoffs. But I think they just need to kind of blow it up and rebuild around Tyrese Maxey.
What you think, Odell?
Well, I was funny you brought that up, man. Some guys was talking about the Sixers today. So my thing is, first of all, let me start with Joel Embiid. I don't understand why he limped out the season and limped his ass over to the Olympics. Now, I know he wanted to get a gold medal. I do understand that. But maybe if he wanted a gold medal, he should have told Grant Hill and them, like, look, I really want a gold medal. I really can't play. So let me just play the first couple of games, and I'm just going to shut it down and be on the roster, just sit on the bench or whatever, though. But I want to get a gold medal, whatever, though. Now, he really helped him end up winning that gold medal because in the Serbia game, he played well. But I think it came at the cost of his season for the Sixers, and they really just shut him completely down. Paul George, in my opinion, he just wanted that extra year. So that's why he took the money in Philadelphia, but he really wants to be on the West Coast. Yeah. And I think when you play unhappy, and I think he's unhappy, he just don't want to show it. He's not really happy. He chased the money, and he probably thought, excuse me, guys, sorry. He probably really thought that Joel Embiid would be more healthy, and it'll be a good thing with him, Maxey, and Joel Embiid, which would be good. But when has Joel Embiid ever been healthy? And I agree with Coach. You know, I think now, what's the guard now? Maxey. I think Maxey. Yes, Maxey. I think he's down. You need to learn how to try to build around him. It's probably going to be hard to get up off that contract with Joel Embiid. Oh, yeah. It's going to be hard to probably try to somebody trade for him. But one thing we know, it's suckers born every day. And somebody will say, you know what, he can come to us and we'll make him healthy and all this stuff. But I'm a coach. I think they need to shut Paul George down. I don't think he's healthy neither. They need to try to find two ducks and get some draft assets for both of those guys and just start it all the way over. I know Philadelphia's a hard city. The fans are going to be mad. But, like, just process with Joel Embiid, they've tried it long enough. I think they just shut both of them down. Try in the offseason, see if they can move them. If they can't, at least try to get them healthy for next year. But I'm building around Tyrese Maxey for sure.
Yeah, I like what both of you guys said. I think that's the direction they're probably going to go in because at this point, I know suckers are born every day. You're right. But, I mean, knowing Joel's injury history, you have to be crazy to take on that contract, knowing that this guy, that knee's not getting better. It's not going to get better. It's like one of those things where no matter what he does at this point now, that knee is what it is. It's shredded. It's bone on bone type of thing going on. And we know, I always play ball, former athletes. That's not going to get no better. So at this point, the decision has to be made. Are we going to go ahead and blow this thing up? But even if you blow it up, you still got to keep Joel because, again, if nobody takes that contract, you just signed Paul George to a 5-year, $200 million contract. So
4-year, 200. But let me ask y'all this question, guys. Do you think they're going to have to sit – because that's Joel Embiid's team. Even though we see it transition into Max's team, the process when those superstars have egos. So if you take the team away from Joel Embiid, even though he has one leg, he's going to be in these feelings, and he might ask for a trade out. So when he does that, they probably won't be able to get the assets they want because when you want it out, teams know that. So they're not going to give you your full compensation what you want for that. So this thing can get real ugly because when you're a superstar, you don't want to give up your team, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, though. He feel like his team, but clearly they go in the direction of Max. That's going to be an interesting thing next year moving forward, how that's going to happen, though. Because he's old. The extension he signed, 3-year, $190, hasn't even kicked in yet, $190 million. The extension that he signed. And they didn't have to sign him to that, but they did it anyway.
No, let me say this.
I don't think he'll ever return to MVP level form that we've known him to be. I don't think he'll ever be there again.
I agree, Coach, 100%. Yeah. I agree, Coach.
That team is not his anymore. I mean, he's going to have to accept the fact. I mean, it is a hard pill to swallow when you are the top dog for so long, when they cater to you so many different ways to make that team, make you feel like you are their long-term investment. But, I mean, hey, it is what it is at this point. So they got Daryl Morey. This is Daryl Morey is the GM. This is a really savvy guy when it comes down to cutting corners and making sure he doesn't sit on nothing too long. So I don't think that it's going to end up the way they want to. But they had a good run. I really hate to see Joel go out this way. We seen him win that one MVP. He was him and Jokic were considered the two best bigs in the game. And it's just sad to see that a guy has to go out this way. But we'll keep it short on that topic. So that's the story with Philly. Let's turn our attention to what everybody wants to talk to. Let's talk about the Lakers with
LA,
Luka,
LA,
with
LA, LA,
LeBron.
LA,
I
LA.
think you got to start throwing Austin Reeves in there a little bit. The way Austin Reeves been playing, this team has won 15 out of 16 games. They just went and finally had to defeat that monster, which was Luka going
Nuts.
what's his former team. So let me start with you again, Coach, because I know you're not the basketball guy, but I know you got strong opinion for the Los Angeles Lakers. Because everybody does, right? Either you love them or you hate them. So what are your thoughts about the Lakers' current new addition team that they got?
I mean, the viewership in the NBA is down so bad that they had to do a big move,
I know you ain't gonna say that.
something that's gonna shock the world and move somebody like Luca to LA. I mean, I look at it like this, man. I mean, LeBron's a ball dominant guy. Luka's a ball dominant guy. I think LeBron has a high enough basketball IQ to be able to adapt to play with any player. So I think that part could work. The thing that concerns me about the Lakers is the front line. And the kid that they picked up from Charlotte has a severe injury history. Is he going to hold up? Is he going to be able to hit the
Well,
boards and
remember
change
it didn't
change
They
go
tempo?
through.
rescind. Yeah, that trade didn't
Oh,
go through. They
oh, that
stopped
didn't
that
go
trade.
through.
They
Yeah,
rescinded.
there you
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
Okay.
Even worse then.
So
That
did
helps
they?
your argument.
So they haven't addressed the front line, I assume.
No choice. Yeah, now that the trade deadline is passed, you really can't do anything about it. You just got to go with
That's
what you
gonna
got.
that's gonna
Yeah.
hurt them in the end. And let's be honest. Let's just be honest. OKC is gonna win the West. So everything they did is for nothing. They're gonna get bounced out of the playoffs anyway.
Who beat OKC last year?
Dallas. Was it Dallas?
It was the Dallas Mavericks, and who had
Dallas.
a
Yeah.
monster series against that same OKC team?
Look.
But Dallas is not.
Go ahead. What's you say? What's you say, Kurt? Dallas is not.
Listen, the pieces that Luca had in Dallas, he does not have in LA. LeBron, I'm not gonna say LeBron is washed. LeBron can give you a great night. LeBron just can't give you 82 great nights. He might
Fair.
can give you 50. He might can give you 50 great nights.
I
Can
don't
he give
disagree with you there.
can he
Fair.
give you a
Fair.
grueling 7-game series, a tough series? We don't know. So I
Hop
don't
in
know.
there, O. Hop in there. What you think about the new look Lakers?
Okay, okay. First of all, I was super blown away. You know, I've been following basketball for a while to where I can understand it, but I was super shocked that the trade even happened, and it was able to be kept on on the down low between Rob Pelinka and the guy from Dallas. But
Nico Harrison. Yeah.
Rico Harris, yes, Harris. But listen, one thing I know, okay, the Lakers are going to probably stay in the top 6. I believe. I mean, a lot of the losses. It's like 2 or 3 games within team, but I think the Lakers can stay in that top 6. This is what I know when you get Luke and LeBron on the same team. You're not going to be as good defensively. You're not. Those 2 guys are not playing defense today. They're not.
Right.
But this is one thing I know when you got those type of superstars that can make people better. LeBron can win you 2 games in the playoff series, and Luka can win you 2 games. And guess what that equals? They equals 4. The only team, because of what Coach said, I agree, because in the center position that scares me in the West will be Dallas, because they got Anthony Davis, Gafford, all those big guys, and Denver. I'm not as much as the Thunder are in first. If I'm the Lakers, I would rather play the Thunder than Dallas and West Virginia. Dallas and the Nuggets or whatever though, because they got Joker and all that stuff in the front line. Because that's where the Lakers are weak in. But if the Lakers can get timely stops. That's what you want to do when you're in the NBA and the playoff series and everything, especially when you're not a good defensive team. Can you get timely stops? 2 minutes ago, you up 3 points. Can you get 2 stops in a row? Can you get that time to rebound? And that's what's been the Lakers' Achilles heel against Denver. A lot of those games they're in, fourth quarter, they can't get those timely stops or not. So it's interesting. I agree with Coach. LeBron can adapt to playing off the ball more than Luka, even though he's used to the ball. LeBron's a great cutter off the ball. If you go look at when he played with Miami, he was a great cutter without the ball. He don't just stand up and try to just spot up and shoot threes. So, but it's very interesting because honestly, they're very similar basketball players. Very similar basketball players or whatever, though. But so the one thing I've been seeing is good for them, like they've been getting like wide open shots. And as long as they can continue to make wide open shots, they got a chance. Like I said, I do agree with this with Coach. I think we could beat the Thunder, but I wouldn't bet on it either way. I'll be honest with you though. But the Thunder got one more year up under their belt of playoff experience or whatever from last year. So I think they're going to be a little seasoned as well though. But I think the West is just wide open for everybody because you still can't forget about Golden State neither though.
I think in a Laker matchup with OKC or a Laker matchup with Memphis, I think a guy like SGA or a guy like John Morant
Ja.
in a playoff series, the Lakers don't have that front court defense as you just mentioned. Luka can't
Yeah.
defend, Austin Reeves really can't
That's true.
defend, and nor
That's true.
can LeBron.
That's true.
SGA will put up 60 points in a playoff game with that kind of defense. When
But
the
this the
guess
stakes
what?
are
thing.
high, you know how
But let me
guys
ask
play in the playoffs.
But let me ask you this, Coach. You know, most time in a series, you kind of let the superstar do what he do. The question gonna be: can Jalen Williams, can Shed Holmgren, and some of those role players make those shots?
Yeah.
Because sometimes you just got. But you're right. SGA can go off for 40 and 50, but can he outplay both Luke and LeBron? Like I said, the playoffs is gonna be interesting. I never thought you'll see Luke and LeBron on the same team ever in history. So it's just gonna be interesting. I'm excited for the Lakers. I'm a Laker fan because of Kobe. So I'm excited to see what the Lakers will be. Like I said, the playoffs is all about matchups anyway. So long as we don't see the Nuggets in the first
I
round,
just
I'm comfortable.
I'm just concerned about the front line. Can they hit the
Yeah,
boards? Can they win the
I agree.
rebound battle?
No, they're not. They can't.
But here's the thing, you keep saying that, Kirk. So let's be honest. We just beat they did. I'm a Lakers fan too. I gotta watch out all this weed stuff because we try to be professional. They just beat the Nuggets handedly. What was it, about 15, 17 points?
Just
And
one, but it's one game in
I don't
February.
know,
One
but
game in
check it out
February.
though. It's one game. They have not beat them in 2 years. And as soon as you get Luka, all of a sudden, the same things that you were doing when they had Anthony Davis, you can't do that anymore. You can't run a double team at LeBron anymore. Because guess what? Luka's going to be on that side. You can, even if your defense, like you said, the defense doesn't have to be, it makes me think of one of those teams like in the NFL where the offense is so good. We just need the defense just to be somewhat respectful. Just something to respect it because they're going to score on good nights. They're going to put up 130. They're going to put up 140. They're going to have
But hey, Lo, we ain't
really
have.
time for them to stop.
But listen, Lo, like Coach said though, we literally have nobody to even attempt to slow Joker down in this series though.
Well, who's
At
stopping
all.
Joker anywhere? Who's
But,
really?
but AD used to kind of equal it out though. People just
Yeah.
didn't give AD credit for
Nah,
it.
AD
He
used to
would
get ate up,
go
man.
look at the numbers. Go
He
look
used
at
to
the
get
numbers.
ate up.
Go
AD
look at
gave
the.
him a few problems.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hey, listen, Los, no lie. Go look at those numbers.
I'm a
They're
Lakers fan
very
too. I seen
similar.
them.
It's just that the impact look more because Joker means more to his team. But those numbers be similar. But Jackson Hayes and all these, like I know Rui did a good job on Joker the other day, but in the playoffs, that shit ain't gonna work. It's not gonna work, Los. It's not gonna work. Coach
Did
is
you
right.
see the defense that they were doing? I seen, and I'm tell you another secret about the Lakers. JJ Redick can coach. That's
He can
not a
coach.
bum.
Yes, he
That
can.
guy
He
know
can
what he's
coach.
doing with the X and O's.
He
So
can
let's
coach.
not again. That's very important about it. They was throwing double teams and traps and things. And so again, I'm not saying that the Lakers will or should be the Denver Nuggets. But what I'm saying to your point, is that I don't think that they should be scared of anyone. I don't think they should walk
I
into play.
agree.
You have two of the top maybe 15 players in the league. Austin Reeves is
Agree.
averaging 20 himself. You should walk in there with full confidence that you should be able to beat any team that you line up against with the addition of Luka. Point blank period. And you got LeBron James on your side. You got a guy that's been through all these different things. I think that this is not even a year because next year they're gonna make other moves to show up their front line like you guys talking about, get some other players. But I'm saying they should be walking in with full confidence against any team that they play from this point out throughout the year. That's all I'm saying. Okay, let me ask you this. What is the Lakers ceiling? What is a good ceiling for them? If they make it to the Western Conference Finals, if they make it to the NBA, what's the ceiling that you think that they should be aspiring for? What's something that's acceptable?
You got it, Coach. You got it, Coach. Go ahead, Coach.
You're shaking your head.
I think they could win a first round series.
Okay.
Okay. That's the ceiling for me, in my opinion.
Okay. Fair enough. Oh, what you got? What you think the ceiling?
The ceiling. Oh God, it's so much about matchup. Everything's about matchup. They got to see Dallas or Denver early. We're in trouble. Trouble. I mean, like that front. You asked me a question. Let me not duck the question. What's the ceiling? If I had to put my money on it, I would say Second round. They can just win one series. Second round. I think it's the defense gonna catch up with them. Second round. They can get to the second round.
So you think they can't win the second round matchup? You said they can get to that. So you like Kirk? You said they can win the first
second round matchup. They're gonna either meet Dallas or they're gonna meet Denver, and I don't think they're gonna be able to beat them. I think it'll go 6 or 7. And I know we got Luka and LeBron. I just think, like Coach said, if you can't rebound the ball and that front line and all that stuff to limit possessions, you are in trouble in the playoffs. Period.
Yeah, definitely.
No, that's true. I agree with that.
That's it. But like I said, make sure I emphasize it before we go to another topic. LeBron can win you 2 games in a series by himself, and Luka can win you 2 games, and that equals 4. I wouldn't be shocked if they made it to the Western Conference Final, but on FanDuel, I wouldn't go number second round.
So when you put your money down, that's your real feelings when you put your money out.
Second round. That's what I would say.
All right, you know, it's been a lot of Laker talk here, and I get it because everybody's excited, and some people are duly mad because the Lakers always seem to fall forward some kind of way and get some new superstar out of the blue. That's just the way that team operates, and I get the hate and the way people feel about it. Go ahead, Kirk, jump in there because we know everybody.
I just got a strange feeling that Denver is going to get re-hungry, and they're going to win it all.
Ooh, I
think Westbrook is the X factor for Denver. If Westbrook plays well off the bench, Denver can win it all.
No doubt, I agree with that. I can't lie. I don't think nobody is beating Boston in a 7-game series. I don't think. No, I don't. I just don't believe nobody can beat them because I don't think they're going to have 4 games that they're missing a lot of 3-point shots. And that's what it's going to take to beat them in a playoff series, though. So I think whoever come out the way is going to lose to Boston.
I just think Denver this year, when the salary cap caught up to them, they lost KCP, right? They lost one of their stalwarts. You know, KCP was one of those guys that they could depend on in the playoff to hit that shot. As good as Russell Westbrook is, he's not known for certain things. And one of those things is shooting. And that's pretty much what they don't. I mean, they got Michael Porter Jr., Jokic is still playing out his man, and Jamal Murray hasn't looked like himself this year. I mean, I thought he was going to take that next step and be almost like an SGA, you know, like a guy that 25, 30 a game, you know, he's going to lock it down, but he has not looked like they got this year. So
it started in the Olympics, too. He was struggling in the Olympics bad. Yeah. It started in the Olympics.
Yeah. So, and they need him, though. They have to have him be that offensive threat on the outside so Jokic can have some space to do his thing. So, I don't know. I mean, you know, he can step up and do some things differently in the playoffs or whatever, but if I had my money on in the West, I still think you got to go until they're proven differently because they've been so dominant this year. You got to go OKC. I'm going to give it to them.
Listen, I got 2 questions for y'all. I'm curious y'all to want to know about the Lakers, and both y'all can answer real quick. 2 questions. My first question is, how do y'all think that conversation went between Luka and LeBron when Luka first got there? Because it's really Luka's team now. It's Luka's team. Whether people want to admit to it or not, it's really Luka's team. I don't think LeBron has ever been on a team when it wasn't his team. You can see that it's Luka's team now. So how do y'all think that conversation went? That's number 1. And number 2, do y'all really believe that only what's the guy name from Dallas?
Nico Harrison.
Nico Harris and Paul Palik at Lakers, they were the only 2 that knew about that trade. Nobody else knew about it.
I say the smallest little gut instinct of me tells me that some kind of way LeBron knew. You know, because it's Clutch Sports, which is one of the biggest agent groups in not just basketball, but all sports. LeBron, the mogul, the billion-dollar athlete, this guy, you thinking that in one way or another, they probably got something to it. And then to your point, we know this is a franchise-shifting, altering trade that's going to basically, like you said, this signals the end of the LeBron era. He's basically been handed the torch to give up to Luka. So I found a hard time to believe it. But I mean, the way that they framed it, it does sound like it was that. What do you think, Kirk?
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. How much more is left on Luka's contract?
He's free agent, right? Yeah, I think he got to re-up. Yeah, he's free agent. That's why Dallas let him go because they didn't want to pay that $300.
From what I heard, Luka's gonna try to get out of it. From what I heard, Luka really didn't want to be in LA.
Really?
Please, man. I mean, you hear a lot of stuff, Kirk. I don't think he will.
I don't think he's an LA. I don't think he's an LA type of guy, man.
Whoa. Hey, that'll be a bomb. Hey, man, That'll be a bombshell if he don't resign back
There's
to the
no,
Lakers.
hold on. There's no way that they would have made this trade without some type of securities to say that we're not trading Anthony Davis,
I'm
who
about
we
to agree
still
with
have
that.
under contract with several years, just to get Luka for a half a season.
Money talks. So
he
That'd
ain't
be
going
crazy. Hey, what if
going.
Luka do? Ooh, that'd be crazy.
I don't think again. You at the glamour league. I mean, the glamour franchise of the NBA. You're not gonna do much better like when you're a superstar playing for LA Lakers. I don't care what sport it is, football, Dallas Cowboys, or whatever. You're playing for the glamour franchise of the league.
That ended with Magic Johnson, man.
You're crazy as hell.
I might agree with. Hey, coach, I might agree with Lowe's. They had to have some kind. They had to get some kind of under the table handshake that he's gonna re-sign with the Lakers.
There's no way.
There's no way they would have made that trade. No way.
Yeah.
No way. No way.
Showtime. Showtime been over for a long time.
We did win in 2020. Hey, don't get us started. But okay. Let's wrap it up with this, guys, and we try to get it now.
Okay.
Let's talk about the upcoming NBA draft. This is something that it's near dear to my heart. I love talking draft, NFL or NBA, because I like the process of scouting, looking at young players, guys that's about to come into the league. And this year, I think got pretty good players. Last year's players wasn't as hype as maybe a couple of years before we had Wembanyama coming out. But this year, Cooper Fleck of Duke. You have Dylan Harper from Rutgers, and you also have Ace Bailey, another Rutgers product. And I think what's his BJ Edgecombe for the Baylor Bears. That's the top four. And it's a pretty significant drop-off after that. But Cooper Fleck, they're saying that this guy is going to be the second coming of something. I mean, he's turning up at Duke, currently averaging, I think, close to 20. He's got all the different ancillary things as well in his game. He can handle, he can shoot. He seems to have that factor about him. He's going to be your number one pick at this point, that I would think. So, looking at teams that I almost wish that San Antonio could have lost Wembanyama early. If you're going to have to lose the guy, lose him earlier, where that record sucks and you can pick up a guy like, because you put Cooper Fleck, De'Aaron Fox, and Wembanyama on one team, that's next. That's what you need down there. But I forget. I need to look to see who would have the number one pick right now. Let me look at that and see who would be considered to have the number one.
Right now, they're saying, I'm looking it up right now, they're saying that the Wizards would have the number one pick.
Oh, Lord, how can we forget how bad the Wizards are? Yes, that makes a lot of sense.
They got the Wizards 1, the Pelicans 2, and the Utah Jazz 3. I would not want to go to Utah.
I wouldn't want to go none of those teams. Jeez, man, that's what I hate about it. You got to go to one of these garbage teams, man, and lift them out their struggle. But I mean, I'll take the underrated one then. The Pelicans, because if Zion can ever find a way to stop eating the beignets and stop messing around down there and get himself together, and you put him together
40 pounds down.
Yeah, all right.
They say he came back at 260. They say he started the season at 280, and now he's 260.
That's crazy. Yeah. Hey, that New Orleans food must. I've only been in New Orleans once, but I heard the food is crazy. I really don't remember how about the food and nothing like that.
I'm from New Orleans. That food is great. Yeah,
it's crazy. Yeah. So let me ask y'all a question: are y'all sold on Cooper Fleck? Are y'all sold?
I'm not.
I mean, I was gonna say I think that. Y'all don't think he's like? Would you say sold? Hold on before you say it. What do you mean by sold?
What I mean like sold, like when he come in the NBA, here's the keys. Take me to the promise, like a LeBron or Victor Wembanyama or Shaq.
No,
I don't think he's in that player. I don't think
if he can ever polish his game up, he could be on that level. He has that type. He's got that type of potential.
I think his game needs a little polishing. I think you know what's so crazy? I think his greatest attribute is that he plays so hard. He plays very, very hard.
Yeah,
and I think his size and athleticism, when you equal that with playing hard, not to say he ain't got no skill level, but like he has a skill level, but he plays extremely. Like when I watch him play, even when he was in high school, he's like the hardest player on the court every time I watch him play. And you add that with 6'10" athleticism, it looks good. Now, I do see where he can like blossom into a certain player. I don't know what's his NBA comparison of a player I think he could be, because I don't really know what lane he can be. But I do see, because sometimes I watch him, he's making threes. he's making some jump shots. And in other games, I see him, guys way out for him. He's kind of forcing it. He's kind of unsure with his jump shot. So I'm just curious to see really what team he go to and how is he going to expand his game. Because the NBA, I tell people all the time, it's going to sound crazy. The NBA game is easier than college because of spacing.
Yeah.
Guys don't even really play hard every night. IQs are better, so you're able to become a better offensive player once you get to the NBA. So I'm curious, it's going to be more spacing, and I'm curious to see. But honestly, I think the Dylan Harper kid is the most talented player in the draft right now. I think Ace Bailey might have the best upside, but I like Dylan Harper as the best player in the draft.
I do like Dylan Harper. I like that he comes from the NBA pedigree. That is Ron Harper. If you're an old school NBA fan, you know Ron Harper that played for the Bulls with Mike back in the day. So he's got that, like you said, IQ level of just being around the game. And at 6'6" and a lefty, I don't think people they don't really know how big this dude is. At 6'6", he could get off his own shot. His jump shot is a little bit of concern. It's spotty. It seems to go in and out. Some games, I'll say he's streaky. I've seen him make 4 in a game, but I've also seen him miss like 8. So, if he can really develop that jump shot, there's a guy that's going to pack that punch scoring. He goes to a team like I said, the Pelicans with Zion. You team that guy up now that Brandon Ingram's not there, he could be a legit number 2 option under Zion. So, again, it's always about the fit, always about when you get picked at that can really determine what your NBA upside or any upside can be on anything. But really quickly, I think Cooper is the guy that you want on your team. He's going to be your ultimate glue guy. He's going to be able to knock down some jumpers sometimes. He's going to play hard-nosed defense. He makes the right pass. He'll take the charge. Every team wants a guy like that, right? You know what I'm saying? Even if he's not putting up 30 a game, he's going to do so many other little things. He got some of that Andre Kirilenko into him. You know what I'm talking about? He got some of that Andre Kirilenko.
He might be a little bit more better offensively than Kirilenko, but I see what you're going with.
I see a little Scottie Pippen in this game too.
Exactly. Whoa. He's got the.
Y'all slow down. Y'all better slow down.
Not on that level. Not on that level, but yeah.
The way that he's versatile, like you said, I get it, Kirk. The way that he's that Swiss Army knife, where he do a little bit of this, you put him on your best player on the perimeter. He can run a little bit point at the top, point forward. He's got a lot of things that he's really good at, but he's not great at one of them so far. But he's got that size.
He can't shoot.
I say he couldn't shoot.
He can't shoot well enough to be respected from the outside in the NBA.
100% agree with Coach.
That's something you can work on, though. That's something like you just said.
Something you can work on.
You don't need to be the greatest offensive player in the league.
I'd like to see him put a little Michael Beasley in his game because he's got that type of frame.
Michael Beasley, we had that bag. Jesus
Christ.
Was
a beast. Yeah. Michael Beasley was polished.
Yeah, he was. Jesus. Yeah. Hey, Michael Beasley might be on the list of what ifs.
Yeah. Think so?
If he had his head right, the right people around him, because he was so talented. Jesus.
He can give you buckets. My boy can give you buckets all day. He to this day, he probably can give somebody buckets. Isn't he playing like in the Big 3 now, I think? I think, yeah. So
let me ask you a question. What do y'all feel about people that always say these drafts are getting weaker and weaker? Is that the old people on the stoop mentality, or guys we just don't have those big names coming out of the draft anymore, but some of these players are really solid? Because I'll be honest, I'm so used to seeing maybe 6 or 7 guys I just know on top of my head in college, and every year it seems like it's just dwindling down on players that I really know.
You know why?
You're right.
Y'all know why?
What, NIL got something to do with it?
One and done. You don't have time. You don't have to see. You don't have time to see these guys develop no more. You can really invest into your college team 10 years ago, right? Because you can say North Carolina's going to have this guy for at least 2 or 3 years. We know we're going to see his game develop. We're going to get excited, and we know once he hits the league, he's going to be ready. He's going to be polished and ready to go. But now, when it's done, you don't have you almost forget who these guys are if they don't have a good rookie season. You're like, who was that guy?
Hey, you know what? I know this ain't gonna be popular. What I'm gonna say, people wouldn't want to do it, but I really wish they would go back to letting them either come out of high school, but if you go to college, you have to stay 2 years.
Yeah, I do like that too.
I wouldn't be mad about that. I really would. I know some people feel like, how you gonna stop a freshman? Maybe he goes into freshman, he realizes he could be an NBA player and go in the draft, whatever. Though I understand that, but everything is always pros and cons or something. But let them come straight out of high school, or you have to do 2 years in college.
Yeah, I like that.
I think it'll help both. I think it'll help both people. I think the rookies will come in better, and it'll help the college game because, like you said,
Yeah.
you get to see it for 2 years though. And the guys, the NIL money they're making,
I was
it
just about
really
to say
wouldn't be
that.
that big a deal though. Like
I was just about to say that.
the guy going to Utah next year, he's getting $7 million.
Yeah,
That's
AJ got
crazy.
Master. Yeah, so the money's there to your point where they could, you know, you can't blame them on it no more. Like my mama need a house. I'm struggling to eat over here now, brother. You
They,
making $2 million, brother. You better go on and
they get
Yeah.
figure that
to it.
out over there. So you get that money, but
I really wish they would do that rule. Just let them come out of high school. I know they be like when they coming out of high school and they're not ready. That 1 year is not that big a difference than them coming as a senior in high school. It's not that
it's
big a
not big
difference.
enough. It's not big enough at all.
Yeah,
Because
I
are you
wish they
really
would
even
do
going
it.
to class? Like, what's the point of that? Like, I
No, most of them
go to
listen. They
class.
go
Like, why would I do
listen.
that?
Most of them go to class a little bit first semester. They got some easy classes. This is what the one and does do. They got the easiest classes, so they online classes too. So they're really in the gym and weight room all day, and then
Yeah,
all they got to do is pass to like December. After December, they don't even go to class.
there's no point.
Now, but I think they've instituted some new little rules about graduation rates. And if you don't hit a certain graduation rate over the years, they take some of your scholarships away, I think. Don't
Yeah,
quote me on that. I think it's some little rule like that. But overall, most of them one done after December, they ain't even touching campus probably, do they?
And
Apartment
you know
complexes
what?
is in.
And you know what? They online classes. They probably got a tutor doing that.
Probably.
ah, yeah, yeah.
They really just be locked in
Everybody's
basketball
on
till something.
payroll.
Yeah.
Everybody's on
Yes.
payroll at that point. You know, hey man, do this class for me. I'll throw you 1,000. Stuff like that.
Hey
So
man, I got an
I don't blame
NIL
them.
deal. I got an NIL deal, 850,000. I'll pay the tutor 20,000 to do all my classes.
I'm telling you,
What tutor is not doing your online work for
yeah.
20,000?
For a
Bam.
quick 20.
Yes.
So well, I wish we can get some more NBA talking about this draft, man, but we're gonna wrap this thing up. I had a hard out at 45, man. So I'm sorry, man. This has been a great discussion, though. We gotta do this
Man, I was glad. It
again,
was
man.
fun. It was fun to have y'all on, have me on, man. You know, I always like to get on here and talk sports. It was good to meet you, Coach. And
Yeah,
anytime,
we
let's
love
give
to
me a
have you
heads up, man.
back,
I'll
man.
come in. I love to get on here and talk anytime, man. This is always convenient for me. Harder to get when I was coming in the studio, whatever. I definitely miss talking about it. If you want to, you know, people can follow me on my Twitter and see me talk stuff too. I am Heavy O on Twitter, but that's where I be. I ain't on all this other social media crap. I ain't got that. I ain't got no TikTok. Long you got a TikTok?
Yeah.
Nah, I ain't got no TikTok. I mean, my son got one.
I ain't got no TikTok. I ain't got
I
no
ain't got none of that.
Snapchat. I ain't got none of that. I got a Facebook, Instagram, but I be on Twitter talking sports. If you ever want to hear me talking more sports.
Yeah, definitely.
Kirk, what you got for the people as we wrap it up, man?
Man, just stay tuned, man. We got to get ready for this NFL draft. We got to talk some NFL draft. I'm putting together a panel of either current or former NFL scouts to come on. We do a
That's
panel and
dope.
get their opinions about the NFL draft.
That's
Love it.
dope. That's some dope stuff. That's some dope stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what we got going on, people. Make sure to check us out, Coach and Carl's podcast. You can find us on all your social media platforms as well as
Odell,
Amazon Music. Go ahead.
Odell, what you think the Bills need? What you think they missing?
Shit. We might need a whole other show to talk about that, big dog. I got just to keep it real light. I know Low trying to get out here in 45. I really would like for us to get another wide receiver, an X or a wide receiver that can really get it done on the outside. We locked down some core in the slot. I think we need a wide receiver on the outside. I would love to sneak the guy from Cincinnati, T. Higgins. If we can sneak him. I don't want Debo. I don't want Debo. Give me T. Higgins, and we cooking up something.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. That's what they missing.
Yeah, that's what we missing.
Did y'all get Amari Cooper? What happened? What happened with that?
He's on the other side. He's on the other side of his career, so he's not that guy like that. He's serviceable, but he's not that guy. We need a real wide out there. We need a real wide out there. Out there on them numbers. We need a real guy at the numbers. Then they got to put somebody over the top. That's what we need. A real one out there, and we ready. We're gonna be ready.
Okay, Bills fans, because I know Cook got some roots in Buffalo too, so he's an undercover Bills fan himself. So I'll let y'all both. Bills Mafia have
I always got love for Bills Mafia.
Coach my guy now. Hey, Coach my guy.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, man, look, like I said, y'all check us out. We'll have this podcast up and running not too long. We got some other things that we're cooking up, including the website and things like that. So if you locked in with us, stay locked in with us. We got more coming to you. So on that note, for Odell and for Coach Kirk Broussard, We'll see you guys next time.
God bless.